And so now I can go into my next point, how I was able to, my experience at Straightway. When I first got to Straightway Truth Ministry, it was right before the Feast of Trumpets. It was my first feast that I participated in. So when I found Straightway and leading into Straightway, you have to understand that many people know I had a dream or a vision. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was real. It was really real. It was very traumatic in the sense that it got my attention. It brought the fear of the Most High Yah on me, which I needed. And when I heard the audible voice of the Most High, he says, "You don't love me." And obviously, growing up a Christian and reading the Bible, my whole thing is I want to hear, "Well done, good and faithful servant." We all should be inspiring to be good servants to the Most High Yah. We should love him with all our heart, all our mind, all our soul. We should be trying to serve him, right? And I had this yearning thing inside of me. What does it look like? I mean, in Christianity, you hear all the time that he loves you, he loves you, he died for you, he loved you, he loved you. I mean, you hear it so many times. It's okay. This is a relationship, right? It's a two-way relationship. If he loves us, how do we show him how to love him? If he loves us, how do we love him back? And it was all about just being grace and just, and just enjoy. It's not being legalistic. It's about grace and mercy. And he died. I said, I get it. I'm thankful. I don't deserve it. I deserve to go to hell. But how do I show him that I love him? And I yearned. And with that dream, when he told me that I didn't love him, that really, I told him how much I love him. I genuinely love him. I want to love him. And he says, you will be tested. So one aspect is, test to see if you truly love him. I didn't know how the test was going to come. Fast forward a little bit there. The very next day, Pastor Dow comes up on my YouTube. I see the video on the Shabbat. Makes a beautiful case for keeping the Shabbat, the Sabbath day holy, the seventh day holy, today's time, not Old Testament, but it's for today, for his people that truly love him. And obviously with the dream and this video coming up at the same time, it just made sense. And literally not within a week, not weeks, not months, not until I got my wife on the board, not when I talked to all the people in the Christian community. I literally started keeping the Shabbat that very moment. As soon as I stopped play, I start keeping the Shabbat July 1st of 2017, and I have yet to miss a Shabbat. I have yet not to keep a Shabbat. It's been almost 6 years that I have been keeping the Sabbath day holy, nonstop. And so, and it's been beautiful, 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 beautiful. And so, obviously, I wanted to go out there and see Straightway. And when I wanted to go see them, it got disrupted. It was on the 21st. I was supposed to go see them. Got disrupted due to my family, wife leaving. You guys know the story. If you've been watching my channel, you can check out my testimonies on the channel here. But it didn't work out that I could go there at the time I wanted to go there. So I had to be in Tennessee for a business that I had going on there. And it happened to fall right during the week of the Feast of Trumpets. Now, I knew of the feast, but I didn't know, is this something that people do? Because in Christianity, you got Christmas, which is coming up right now. We got Christmas, you got Easter, you got Thanksgiving, you got Valentine's Day, you got all of that, you got Sunday, so I never actually understood what it meant. So guess what I did? I knew I was going there. I knew it was supposed to be a high Shabbat. A high Shabbat can fall anytime during the week. And a high Shabbat is treated like a Sabbath where you don't work. So I wanted to get there early enough, even though my event wasn't on a Thursday, but I think this fell on a Tuesday or whatever. So I knew that I can go. So I had to go there a day early. I drove down there because I didn't want to be traveling on the high Shabbat. And so I wanted to know, what is the Feast of Trumpets? I've never really understood that concept, never looked into it. And so I did what we should all do. I looked at the instruction. I looked at the book. Deacon, can you pull up that verse in Leviticus, I believe. It's Leviticus 23. And read.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, and the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yah.
So if you look at this, it's saying, speaking unto the children of Israel, saying in the 7th month. Now, it fell on a September. I remember because I got baptized a day before my birthday, September 23rd. I got baptized. So it was September, 9 months, right? But when you look up September, we find out September is really 7. I'm like, wow. So they added years, months to the calendar and things of that nature and switch everything back. But I found out that the September and that range is really the 7th month. So, and it's based off of the moon cycle. I'm like, okay. So I was starting to come into this truth, like literally just I was like a baby, just trying to understand like what's going on here. And so, but I wanted to know so that I could participate. Now I wasn't prepared. I didn't have a shofar. I didn't have any horn. I just was trying to get the straight way. I wanted to go see how they did the Shabbat. So anyway, I finally get there. I get there on time, and I saw a bunch. I was welcomed by a bunch of men. I think they were outside, getting ready for the Shabbat. They were out there in the parking lot and the old right in front of the old tabernacle, getting ready. I had another guy, another brother that I knew before I came into the truth, and he was already, walking this, keeping the commandments and things of that nature. And I told him, hey, I found this ministry. My wife, he knew my wife left me. He came the day that my wife left me, and he was trying to help me out and everything. But anyway, he came. He didn't know about Straightway, but he knew at least about the keeping the commandments and things. And I said, can you at least come and check this out? They say it's a cult, it's bad, and and maybe I'm all wet. Maybe I'm so into it that I can't see straight. But maybe with your eyes, you can come and check this thing out and let me know if this is a dangerous place or whatever. And so he made time. He was coming from Florida. I'm coming from Wisconsin, and we met up at Tennessee. So I got there first. And so that was already a moment there. I'm there first, hoping my guy can make it from Florida, make sure I don't get, bamboozled by the so-called cult, right? So he gets up there, and now the sun is about to go down. And we're about to enter the Shabbat, and they started blowing trumpets. I believe we have a picture here of Pastor Dow, led by Pastor Charles Dow Jr. You got teacher Eric, you got teacher Shane, and you got Elder Becker and the rest of the Straightway Truth ministry blowing trumpets. And I remember saying to myself, these people are literally doing what the book says. I mean, you read it right there. It just says, go out there and blow a trumpet, a holy convocation. I'm like, wow, they're really taking this thing serious. And so when I saw that, I'm thinking like, these people truly love Yah. Now, why did I think these people love Yah? It wasn't because I thought that they would say, we love you, we love you. No, their obedience was the one that allowed me to see. I could see the love they had for the Most High Yah. If you go pull up this scripture or the gospel here, John chapter 14, verse 15. And you go back to the picture after that, but go to the thing here. And this is what Yeshua HaMashiach said. He says, if you love me, keep my commandment. Listen to this. If you love me. Okay, this was my burning question when I was in Christianity. I love you, but it was right there. It was right there. If you love me, keep my commandments. And before I got to Straightway, I just did a little, read about the trumpet, the Feast of Trumpet. And then I get there and I see with my own natural eyes that these people are obeying this book. And the reason why they're obeying this book is because they love him.